Hi everybody, I'm back today with a product review. The product that I'm going to be reviewing today are these 5 brushes by Petal Beauty. These brushes were sent to me, but I will be giving you guys a very honest review and my thoughts on these brushes. And yeah, so let's just kind of jump right on into the review. First, I want to start off with talking about shipping and the packaging. Shipping was extremely fast. It took, honestly, just a couple days, and they were here, so I'm very impressed with how fast the shipping was. Also, when I received the brushes, this is how they came packaged. This is the box that you would receive your brushes in. It, of course, right here is just a plain box. It's very cute, I thought, but it says Petal Beauty, and their little slogan is Beauty Meets Quality and Value. So that's right here. And then on the front here is just a flower. And right down here is just their website, which I will leave in the down bar so you guys can check out their websites. And then on the back, it just says, "We are excited and thank you for choosing Petal Beauty brushes. Each brush is of high quality, individually handcrafted, and is designed to meet or exceed your expectations. Use these brushes to highlight your eyes and facial features." So yeah, that's just what is on the back of the box. Okay, moving on to the first brush. The first 3 brushes that I will be reviewing are made of uncut goat hair, which they are natural hair brushes. So going with these first 3 brushes, you can really only use these brushes when it on powder products. You don't want to use them on any kind of cream products of any sort, or you will ruin the bristles. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to throw that in there. So this first brush is their tapered face brush. The number to this brush is PFBSB. And first I want to start off with the handle of this brush. It is a very nice crafted handle, I think. It's just a plain black handle, which I think is very professional looking. And then it has just a silver ferrule. And then right here on the brush it has the company's name, which is Petal, and then it just has the actual brush name, which I really appreciate that on a brush, because especially if you are a beginner, it's really nice to see what the brush name is and kind of an idea of where it's supposed to be used. So this says tapered face, and then right here it says the code. Within the code it says PF. So at the beginning of like all the face brushes, it's going to say PF, which stands for Petal Face. And then also, like on say one of the eye brushes, it would say PE, which stands for Petal Eye. And on the precision brushes, it would say PP for Petal Precision. But I'll get into more of that as we go on with the review. And also then it just says USA, because they are made in USA. So again, moving on to the actual brush. This is just a basic tapered face brush. It's really nice. It's a very soft brush. It's one of the softest brushes I've ever actually felt, which I appreciate that because you are putting it on your face, so you want a nice soft brush. Also, I like it because it is a taper brush, so it is very nice. If you just kind of want to give an all-over brush of bronzer instead of like a real like precise contour, you can just kind of contour your face without doing a very precise contoured line. Another thing you can use this brush for is just applying, setting your face with just a plain powder. You can touch up throughout the day with it. You can apply blush with it, which makes a pretty good blush brush. It is a little bit big for a blush brush, but it is very doable. So yeah, this is like a staple kind of brush, just because you can use it for so many different things. So yeah, that is the first brush. Okay, the second brush is almost kind of like the baby to that brush, and this is the tapered highlighter brush. This, in my opinion, is my favorite brush out of all of them. I absolutely love this brush. Again, you have the same handle, and it just says right here, tapered highlighter, and it is a face brush, so it says PFCSB on it. And then moving up to the actual bristles, this brush, I can't even say how many good things about this brush. It says it is a highlighter brush, which you can definitely use it as a highlight, because it is a very controlled brush. That's why I love this brush so much. And that's why I also use it for a contour, because when I apply contour, I want a very precise contour line. I just like that look. So this one, it gives me that. It gives me a very nice, precise contour without even having to think twice about it. I don't have to do the paper trick, or I don't have to, none of that. It's very simple and easy, and I don't have to think twice about it. I just take my bronzer and apply it, and that's it. It's so simple and it's super easy. I used to use, prior to this brush, my Expert Face Brush, and by Real Techniques, and as you can see, it's extremely wide. So when I would apply my bronzer with this, I would have like a contour line like this thick, and I don't like that. I do not like it. So this definitely gives me the contour that I really, really like, and I really love that about this brush. Another thing about this brush, when I used to use my Expert Face Brush, is I would contour my sides, but it was way too big to get the sides of my nose. So I would always have to use like a domed eyeshadow brush for the sides of my nose. So I really like this about this brush too, because I don't have to use two separate brushes. I can just use this one because it fits so nicely on the sides of my nose, and it contours the sides of my nose beautifully. So I absolutely, absolutely love this brush because of that. This brush really, really, really impresses me because I absolutely love it. And yeah, so this is definitely a must-have, even if if you don't want to buy the whole set. At least I would purchase this one. Okay, the next brush that I will be reviewing is a small tapered blending brush. This again is made of the uncut goat hair, so it's going to give you a very clean, flawless look to your face. This brush is really nice because it is tapered again. As you can see, all my other like blending brushes that I had prior to this were very fluffy compared to this one. And this is why I like this brush so much, because it is so precise. I can just place a little bit of the color and really get into this outer V and darken it up, and it works really nice. I don't have to worry about going back and really having to clean up my eye area. This one is really nice because it's very concentrated. It's very controlled. You can control where you put your makeup on. You can really control your outer V area, and I really like that about this brush. So yeah, this is a really nice taper blending brush, definitely. Okay, so now that I've reviewed the first three brushes, which are natural hair bristle brushes, I kind of just want to give my take on all three of them. All three of these brushes are really good. They are really nice quality brushes. They're definitely one of my favorite brushes now in my collection. The only thing I have to say about them, though, is because they all three are made of the uncut goat hair, you kind of have to take extra care of them. And what I mean by that is you really want to purchasing brush guards, because brushes are an investment. So you really want them to last. You want the quality to last and everything. And as natural hair bristle brushes, over time, as you wash them and stuff, they kind of start to fray out. As you can see with these brushes, I don't know if you can see them, but they kind of they're already, and I haven't had them honestly that long, and they're already starting to fray out some, and which is partly my fault. When I cleaned them, I should have placed a brush guard on them to dry, and I didn't. So therefore they are starting to fray. And that's the only downside about these brushes is if you don't take proper care of them, they will lose their shape. And over time, they just won't be that good, amazing quality as they were when you first purchased them, just because, like I said, as they lose their shape, they become fluffier and bigger. And some people might like that, but the thing I like about these brushes is just how much control you have. So I don't want to lose that in these brushes. You definitely want to keep a brush guard on them. Another thing with these brushes is you want to take good care of them when it comes to washing. You don't want to use a harsh soap. Just use a very mild soap. On my natural hair brushes, and actually all my brushes, I always use just a baby shampoo. It's very inexpensive. I would just, once a week wash these in lukewarm water with baby shampoo and put a brush guard on them and let them dry overnight, and they'll be good to go. If you really want to clean in between uses, because I do always clean my brushes in between uses, I always just use my MAC brush cleanser. I've tried multiple brush cleansers, and this one I found is the most gentle on my brushes, and I really just do that to disinfect my brushes in between uses. But, of course, you always need to deep clean your brushes at least once a week. So that's what I have to say about the natural hair bristle brushes. Moving on to the synthetic hair brushes. The first one is the Precision Taper Brush, and the brush name is PPGEB, and this is what it looks like. Again, it's kind of got that tapered look to it, and this is made out of synthetic hair. So you can use this to apply cream or powder product with it. And also I want to point out, look how dense these hairs are in this brush. It's absolutely amazing. And that's kind of why I like it. This brush is supposed to almost simulate your finger in a way. And so it's really nice to apply concealer on, and that's what I do it. I use it to apply concealer under the eyes, around the nose, around the mouth, on the chin, and I love it because it has that taper point to it. You can really get into those hard to reach areas, which I appreciate so much in a brush. It really has changed the way that I apply concealer. I also notice when I use this brush, I'm using so much less product as if I would be if I was just using my finger. Brush, I use hardly little. It buffs in the product so nicely, and it gives a very flawless finish to my face, and I absolutely love that about this product. And it's amazing. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this brush. Again, this is another one of those must-haves. If you're going to buy an individual brush, definitely invest in one of these because it'll definitely change your makeup routine. So I really love this brush. Okay, and for the last brush, this is probably one of my favorites as well. This is the Concealer PFFOB brush. This again is made out of synthetic fibers, so you can use cream products on it. This brush, again, the bristles are so densely packed in there, it's amazing. But they managed to keep this brush extremely thin, which I absolutely love. They say it is a concealer brush, but I don't even use it for concealer. I use it actually for eyeshadow, believe it or not. I find this brush absolutely works amazing on the eyes. It works great with applying like a MAC paint pot for a base, so I don't have to get my fingers all dirty and dig in there. It works really good with I can just put my brush in there and apply it to my eye, and then I move right on into my shadow. With this brush, I can really get in there, and I find myself using so much less product as well with this too. I can really get in there with the product, tap it off, and it applies my eye makeup so well, and I see less fallout throughout the day just because it packs on the color onto my lid and it really stays there. Whereas when I was using just one of these other brushes, because they're not as, the hair isn't as packed, it would just kind of like, you know, brush off. Like it wasn't really packing the color onto my lid as well as this brush does. So again, throughout the day I would see a ton of fallout, and nobody wants that. Nobody wants specks of eyeshadows on their face throughout the day. Another thing also with these brushes, I can do my eyes now with 2 brushes, which is amazing, whereas before I was having to use 3, sometimes 4 brushes because they weren't up to the quality as these 2. I can use this one just to pack on the color on my lid. I use this to blend it out, and then I use the taper part of it to really get in there and define the eye. And then I go back with this brush that I use for shader, and I drag it because it is so thin. I can drag this along the lower line, and I can even define my outer V with this brush, whereas it would take me 4 brushes before. I was dirtying 4 brushes. It was taking me more time. I can do that in half the time and half the brushes, literally. So I really enjoy that. I think when the company put together this essentials kit, they weren't kidding, because you can honestly do an entire face with these 5 brushes, and I think that's amazing. They really did take the time. They figured out which 5 brushes would work the best in completing a whole face routine, and I think they did an amazing job, because to get the look that I have on today, I used just 5 brushes, whereas before I would have used, twice as many. And I really, really enjoy that, and I really do like the quality of these brushes. Honestly, in my collection right now, these brushes are the best out of any of the brushes that I have, and that is my honest opinion. I really like it. They're very nice quality. They're very professional looking. I would recommend this especially for a makeup artist. And again, and for the price, it really is amazing, and I would definitely go check these out. Yeah, the only honest complaint I have about these brushes are the fact that they fray, and again, if anybody knows brushes, if you have natural hair brushes, that's going to happen over time. So again, they are really great quality brushes, and I'm very, very impressed. They definitely have great quality to them. So yeah, I am going to leave the link for this actual 5 brush set down below. I will also leave the link to their Etsy store, and I will also leave the link to their actual website. Also, go check out their Facebook page, because they are doing giveaways right now, so you could have a chance to win your own brush set. So yeah, I will leave the link to their Facebook page as well down below. Just definitely go check them out, give them a try, because I think these brushes are going to be like the next big thing, because they are really great and really great quality. So definitely go check them out, and until next time, I will see you guys all later. Bye.